Welcome to Gateway qualifying underway for the Fort Worth Screen Printing Cup Series, part of the Sidewinder Racing Leagues. Get more information at dgsracing.com. Here we see Brandon Bikey, one of our Championship 4 contenders tonight. The 2017 Watson Racing setup Chevy Viper. Dodge won't make a Viper Chevrolet, might as well, right? One of our final four drivers, Bikey, Lucas Weissman, Blake Giglio, and Mike Edwards. Only one of those out for quali right now is this 27, so we'll watch him as he goes to set his starting position for tonight. Currently only 4 cars on track. Bike will set the benchmark at 33.94. Here, downshift there. Through 3 and 4 on his second lap. See what he's able to put down. Second lap slower, he'll stay at a 33.94. Here's Lucas Weissman in the Casey's Camaro. Another one of our playoff drivers. We'll watch his quali. He's already completed his warm-ups on his first flyer. We'll get this drink in from Mersky. Except I forgot to refill my drink on the way back. Have to do it between qualifying and the race. Oh my. Lucas top of the board, 33.90, just ahead of Bikey. Cliff is not going to be great in this one, says Cliff. Not a lot of confidence in the Gateway. Weitzman's second lap. Just a touch quicker, 33.85. Currently on the pole of our playoff drivers, and here goes Blake Giglio. Blake slots in P3. I ran off and got water in that time. Now we can do the hydrate. Giglio's second lap. Just a bit quicker, but he will remain in third place. Mike Edwards, the other playoff driver, he slotted in fifth. So first, second, third, and fifth for our playoff drivers. Looks like everyone else has either said no thanks to qualifying or already done. It's like 10 of our 19 drivers went out there, put down a lap time. Jimmy Share returning to pit road in his Trackhouse machine. Big Bikey still getting some practice in. Now he's going to try a pit entry. Could be important to do. And that will wrap up qualifying. Lucas Weissman on pole for tonight's Championship 4 race from Gateway. Very interesting. Let the field file up on track. Easy for me to say. See if we can get a quick chat with Lucas.
All right, congratulations to the Final Four. Thank everyone for showing up all season long. I appreciate it.
Lucas DG, you got a copy?
Yep.
Well, sir, we're starting on pole for the Championship 4 race tonight here at Gateway. Definitely a unique track to end up doing a championship on. How do we feel about it after 120 laps?
Well, definitely feel better about it than last night. Starting on the pole, that definitely helps things, and felt like I had decent speed in practice. But Blake, he was kind of watching what I was doing in practice. He looks like he's got it figured out pretty well too. So I think it's going to be an interesting race here and a bit of a longer one than we're used to.
120 laps, but it is a shorter track, so maybe it won't be as long as you might think. Hopefully we'll keep it green and click by off fast, but you never know. How do we feel about maybe long run speed? Do you think Blake has something for you then?
Well, get about 34 laps on fuel, I think it looks like. So it's going to be, I don't know. It seems like the right front's going to burn off. Should get pretty tight, but I didn't run long enough of a run to really see what kind of speed I had, so it's going to be a surprise.
All right, well, I'll learn along with you. Good times. All right, but good luck in the race tonight. Congrats on the pole.
Thank you, sir.
That is Lucas Heusman at 97 as we go through our starting lineup presented by our friends at Labor 12. Here comes the starting lineup tunes. Lucas Heusman on the pole in the Casey Chevrolet. And Brandon Bikey, Team Watson Racing Setups Chevy starts in the second spot. Blake Giglio, Brakes Car Parts B4 Mustang starts in the third spot. Lilith Peters, Luna Steak Sauce Chevy in fourth. Mike Edwards, the KVRP Toyota in fifth. Peter Theriot, the VP Racing Fuel Chevy sixth. Ethan Evers, KVRP Toyota seventh. Justin Horton, Luna Steak Sauce Chevy eighth. Ian Montrose, Bass Pro Chevy in ninth. Jeremy Scher, Trackhouse Chevy 10th. Jackson Carr, the Monster Camry starts in 11th. Jeremy Clapper Dual, Martin Sports Chevy 20 in 12th. Cliff Mullins, Race 22 Chevy starts 13th. I think Dave gridded up. Daniel Wallen then will start 15th in the Labor 12 Chevy. Cody Cleaver's Mohawk Chevy in 16th. JR Deal, the Starburst Ford 17th. Jake Lawrence, the Ghost Energy Chevy in 18th. And Scott Elston, the Traxxas Toyota, starts in 19th. 19 car starting field minus the Dave Heusman machine. Looks like he's decided to start from the pit. Field rolls towards start finish line. Have to wait for the green flag on this first start. Heusman and Bikey on the front row going for a championship, along with the 16 of Giglio and the 14 of Edwards. All four qualified in the top 5. Heusman's going to lead him down into one. 120 laps to try to determine a champion for Season 5. The Fort Worth Screen Printing Cup Series. Bikey settled into second. Giglio is third. Lilith Peters fourth. Then Theriot on the outside of Mike Edwards will take over that fifth spot. Top 6 have gone single file. Horton's gotten around Ethan Evers. That looks like Jeremy Scher bouncing off the fence in the 15. Keeps it in the right direction. Lost a spot or two. Oh, Tua Cody Cleaver jumps sideways. Saves the race car. I don't know how he saved that. That car was gone. Cody Cleaver losing several spots, but does not crash the car or anyone else. Fantastic save there from Cleaver. You're on lap 2. It's like Theriot and Edwards side by side. That's for the 5th spot. Ethan Evers has gotten around Justin Horton. It's like Jackson Carr and the one of Montrose banging doors on corner entry there. Still have Edwards try to get by Theriot. Theriot has the blue banner on his windshield, but he is not in the Final 4 tonight. So don't let that trick you. Oh! Looked like Montrose bouncing off the fence and then into Carr. Fortunately hit him square and didn't turn Carr around when he did it. Carr probably none too pleased, but fortunately everyone able to continue on without triggering a yellow. Edwards was not able to get by Theriot. Theriot hangs onto that 5th spot. Peters 4th. Then you have Giglio looking inside the 27 of Bikey. He'll take over 2nd. Lucas Heusman already getting a little bit of a gap, almost a full 2nd built up. Heusman always good on these shorter type tracks. Gateway drives a lot like a short track, even though it's a little bit larger. There you go now, right on the back bumper of teammate Lilith Peters. Peters all over the back of Bikey. Looks to the inside, had the door closed by Bikey. There you go, jumps to the outside. That might open up the door for Edwards to take a look. Top 10 are all single file. The first battle, I think, is 2 of Cleaver, 23 of Llewellyn. Say that. Lilith Peters gets out of shape in the 0-1. Allows the 30 of Dario to get through and the 14 of Edwards. Peters falls down to 6th.
Hey, Jack.
Get our driver chat back in here now that we've finished with our lineups. Get the music out of here. $18 cars officially started. Pretty nice field for Championship 4 race. If you're new to the leagues, the field size tends to taper off at the end of the season. Spikey riding in 3rd, Dario 4th, Edwards 5th, Lilith Peters 6th, Ethan Evers 7th, Horton 8th, Carr 9th, Montrose and Mullins battle for 10th.
I missed the corner. I didn't mean to dive it like that.
I think Edwards pushed Dario up a bit.
No, keep racing. It was great.
Got a car flipping on the front stretch.
I think Lawrence is on pit
Normal
road.
gateway moment.
Cody Cleaver's damaged. Llewellyn's dragging a fender. Definitely missed something there. See what happened to Cleaver. Remember the iRacing cautions are how we get them to come out. Llewellyn and Cleaver make contact. I don't see any flipping on the front stretch. That's how that went down. Jake Lawrence brings it to pit road. Not sure what happened to the 68 car. I think maybe he just got up that right front
There's
fender into the
a
wall.
fender on the entrance to pit lane going into 3.
Cody Cleaver's fender still on track.
Debris on the racetrack.
I don't think anybody would mind a caution, except for maybe Lucas. But we have it triggered by iRacing, so... Is that Llewellyn still dragging? Yeah.
Alright, it's gone. That's that NASCAR cleanup crew. They did such a good job. They did it in 1 lap.
Right front torn up on the 23.
Shut up.
Daniel.
Damn!
So mean, Daniel.
Can I keep that fender?
Huitz's got 1 second over teammate Giglio. 1.5 then back to Bikey. When you have Dario and Peters battling for 4th. Oh, Edwards gets pushed up the track. Jackson Carr gets right up behind him. Edwards goes up the hill, loses that 7th spot to Carr. You're 10% of the way there, D. Waddy. Watching this Bean Team battle. Waits was trying to stink up the show like Hayden did in Xfinity last night. Fort Worth Screen Printing Xfinity Series champion Hayden Lowell at Old Atlanta just spanked the field. Lucas already up by a second over teammate Blake Giglio. Had 1 incident so far, but the yellow did not come out for it. Jackson Carr moving inside Ethan Evers. Toyota's battling for that 6th spot. Check out JR Deal for the JR Deal fans. He is in 13th. Funny enough, in chat, he said P13 is the best battle out there. Here he is in P13. He's holding it down. Cliff Mullins needs to back up and give him a fight. Mullins all the way up to 11th. Cody Cleaver now out of the pits. 3 laps down, but on fresh tires. Sure he'd like to go to 2 laps down on merit. Try to get those passes done. See what difference 12 laps makes on these tires. Usually the next gen tires aren't that much into wearing out, but he is making progress here. Maybe Gateway a little bit of a different animal than we're used to. Heard Lucas say that right front could be an issue. Edwards brushes the wall there. One of our Champ 4 drivers, the 14. See Cleaver make his way by. Giglio now 1.3 back. Falling back ever so slightly on Hoytsma. Bikey now 2 seconds back of Giglio. Peters not too far away. And you have Dario and Carr. They're actually side by side. Carr to the inside of Dario. Carr's been moving up steadily in that 54. Ethan Evers going to try to follow him through. Evers backs up the corner a little bit so he doesn't get into the door of the 30. Dario will hold off the 26 for now as we got the 2 of Cleaver coming through. Lawallen is there as well, also on... Well, I don't think he took tires actually. I think he just came down and took the faster pair. Evers right on that back bumper at the 30. Cleaver smacks it off the wall, coming out of 4. There you go, peek to the inside of Carr, but I think Carr's got the preferred line here. As the 2 of Cleaver's going to outside the 26, then inside the 30. Fresh tires do make a difference here, as Cleaver's making some moves. Jackson Carr quietly up into the top 5. Let's take a look at our biggest movers of the race. Carr is the biggest mover, up 6 spots into that 5th place. Scott Elston's up 5 to the 14th position. Mike Edwards unfortunately lost 3 since the start, down to 8th from his 5th place starting spot. Cleaver going to pass one of the fastest cars on track. Waitsman's lapping at a 35.1 right now, 35.4 that time. Holds that 1.2, 1.3 advantage over teammate Blake Giglio. There's Blake smacking the wall hard. 16 just hit that right front into that wall a ton. Don't see much damage to it. A little bit of damage, but could have been a lot worse. Here's the downshift there as he tries to keep pace with his teammate up ahead. Here we have the lifts coming off the corner. He got tight on corner exit. It's going to give Lucas a little bit more advantage. There's Bikey in 3rd. Field's starting to get strung out. Not too many battles within 1 second. Jackson Carr, Ethan Evers, Therio, and Edwards the only exception right now. As Evers smacks the fence in the 26. Much like we saw Giglio coming off turn 2. 26 car smacked the outside wall. Daniel Wallen's there with that fresher set of tires. If I had to guess, I would think the field would go 30, 60, 90, and then to the end. Obviously, 3 cars have already been to pit road for fast repairs. Cleaver, Llewellyn, and Lawrence. There you'll get a bit out of shape, but at least he came to the inside of the track instead of hitting the outside fence. Bikey's starting to close in on Giglio. I wonder if that right front may be hurting him just a bit. I don't think it'd be that bad at a track like Gateway. Jackson Carr currently 2.6 behind Peters. There's Peters getting passed by Cleaver. Cleaver, of course, 3 laps down, trying to get that to 2 as he's got fresh rubber. There's Bikey closing in on Giglio. Giglio all the way down on that rumple strip. Handling not there on that 16 car. Oh, they make contact. Bikey somehow saves that race car. That was a fantastic save by Bikey because these cars, once you get them sideways, do not want to save. That lets Lucas get away now 4.5 seconds out in front. Bikey did a fantastic job saving that race car. Peters is going to get by Giglio as well. Peters now up to 3rd. Giglio's fallen to 4th. Mike Edwards still in 8th. Closing in on that first round of green flag stops. As Evers lets the 30 and the 14 by. Dario moves up to 6th. Edwards up to 7th. Now they're going to pinch and make contact as the cave cars come together. Both of them smack the inside wall on the back stretch. Awkward. Mike Edwards and Ethan Evers, and now a caution triggers. Right as we were getting to that first pit window. That was awkward. Not a word across the team chat, the driver chat.
I thought y'all were in the grass. What time's the caution? They drove out on the track and stopped.
Well,
We
he did drive on the track.
But we
He
did drive out.
That's correct. He did not stop. Here they come to pit road. Lucas Hoytsma, Brandon Bikey, Peters, Giglio.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that the pit entrance was not there.
I had to wait for 2.
Dario stays out, as does Carr.
Like a doggone eye.
Looks like Mullins has stayed out. Maybe they're catching a pace car before they pit. That's a bit strange to stay out here. Should be at your first fuel and tire window. Right side's going on. Our first 3 competitors for the championship, and I think Edwards just pulled into his box. He'll probably take the 4 tires. I think he just took a fast repair. Hoyt's been down and away in the lead. 5 cars have stayed out here.
Ian, is your car alright?
Jackson Carr, there you go. Cliff Mullins, Jeremy Shearer, Scott Elson.
That sucked. And no, she's hurt.
All stay out. Carr is now coming down, or so he gives the indication of. I think Cleaver's going to take a wave around and hope for a quick caution. Looks like everyone that stayed out the first time must have been worried that they were too far behind the pace car.
The end, because I guess you can't enter there.
It just gets better.
The second time around, all 5 of the cars that stay out come to pit road.
Going into freeze.
Maybe the driver's caught off guard by where the pit entrance is. Hearing that in the driver chat a little bit. So Hoytsma will return to the lead. Cleaver trying to go from 3 laps down to 2 by taking this wave around. Hoytsma, Bikely, Giglio. 3 of the championship 4, 1, 2, and 3. Pretty much the way they qualified. And Peters is 4th and Edwards is 5th. Much like we started this race, but now Ethan Evers, J.R. Deal, Justin Horton, Clapper Newell, and Jackson Carr, your top 10. Trackhouse is better than Casey's. I mean, you're a bit biased about the 15. You can ask if the rest of the chat agrees, though. I gotta admit, I love how loud Blake's car is. That electric blue and the bright ass pink. I just love that. Very in your face. Then we got the Steve Park throwback there. The scheme. It's last week of seeing the scheme run. Can tell you that now. New paint schemes are already in the works for next season. You're biased because it's Trackhouse. Gotcha. Bias is bias, Becca. But fair enough. Alright. Quarter of the way through the race. All 4 of the Championship 4 drivers in the top 5. Despite it showing Edwards in 6th, it's because the outside line is a little further ahead. Minor details. Don't sweat the small stuff, but it's the little things that count. Always love both those sayings, and saying them together makes it silly. Don't sweat the small stuff, but it's the little things that count. There goes the pace car entering pit road the way that the rest of our drivers can't. And there is the green flag. Hoyts was chosen top. Set sail. Bikey and Giglio about to be side by side as Giglio sends it in there. Blake trying to take over second. Successfully does so. Looks like Blake took that opportunity to get a faster pair. That right side of the 16 looks fixed up. Why guess when we can find out for sure. Yep, Blake did take it. Edwards, Evers took theirs after the contact, and then Lawrence, Llewellyn, and Cleaver. Lucas already out the half-second lead. Good grief. Then Bikey, Peters, and the cave cars are still side by side. After the last time we saw that, I'm a little nervous now. Mikey holds on for 5th. Uh-oh. Is that Clapper Newell? 21, Clapper Newell goes around. Looked like there may have been contact leading to that. Let's go back and see. Jackson Carr in the 54. Clapper doing a bit of mirror driving coming down the hill. And then Netcode finishes it. Carr was there, Clapper was pinching him a bit, and then Netcode decided the 21 should go around. Clapper Newell in the 21 takes a spin. That helps out Cody Cleaver, as he had stayed out that last time. Get a wave around, goes from 3 laps down to 2 laps down. We had 2 cars 2 laps down. Llewellyn, I think, will get this lucky dog. Driver chat, once again, surprisingly quiet. Not sure what to think of that.
Lucky dog going high.
Llewellyn confirming my suspicion that the lucky dog is high. I mean, lucky dog's going high. Montrose and Lawrence take the opportunity to come down pit road.
No ball.
Let's see if they top off the tanks or what they do. Could be repairing damage, because this is longer than topping off the tank for either of them, but neither are taking tires, so I think they're getting that little bit of damage fixed up here. Or maybe he had to run to the bathroom. Who knows? Drivers be weird like that.
Hey, Cody, could you see any damage?
Let's bring in Blake for a moment. Blake, DG, you got a copy?
What's going on?
Not a whole lot, but dang, that 97 is fast. You got any kind of plans in the works to try and throw the kitchen sink at him or something?
I'm not sure. I'm watching the Yankee game right now on my phone. So I'm hoping maybe he'll just wreck himself. I think that might be the best plan. It's hard to pass. One groove. He's just really good at running it, so we'll see what happens.
Is that why you pounded the wall coming out of 2? You're watching the Yankees?
I did look down, and I did kind of... It's okay, though. We took our fast repair. And we'll continue watching the Yankee game.
Zen 4, good luck in the race, not so much the Yankee game.
Fair enough.
But Blake Giglio let us chat with him there for a moment. Let's see if we can find Bikey hanging out. There he is. Bikey, DG, got a copy?
I do have a copy.
Well, sir, those 2 CTC cars ahead of you are flying so far tonight. But I don't know. I feel like you may be holding back just a smidge. You saving that car for the end, or what we got going on?
I don't know.
I have to wait and see, huh?
We'll see.
All right, bud. Good luck.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
It's 3 of our championship 4. Let's go bring in Mike Edwards since we're getting all 4 of them. Mikey, DG, got a copy?
Hi.
Hi. Well, I'm talking to all 4 of the championship 4 on this little yellow, and yeah, that way if anything bad happens, it's to talk to you all equally, so it's not my fault, damn it.
Yeah, that's fun.
So awkward team moment with you and Ethan there. What happened?
I couldn't tell you. I feel like I got wrecked, but I don't know. This is a shitty track, so I'm just kind of riding along, I guess.
Seems to be consensus. Not too many people thrilled to be here, except for I think the guy leading.
Yeah, go figure. But on to the next one, I guess.
It's N4. Well, we still got 90 laps in this one, and anything could happen. So good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you.
Mike Edwards in the 14. That is all 4 of our championship 4 drivers. Got everybody in there, being fair, spreading it out, showing a love. Lucas gets set for the restart lights right on the pace car. We're getting set to get this one back going. Field works their way down the backstretch. See, once again, all 4 of them are in the top 5. The lone exception in the top 5, Lilith Peters, the 01, raking up that playoff party. All right, chat. If you can't pick Lucas, who would you pick for the Final 4? Because I think everyone would pick Lucas based on what we've seen so far. Pace car is off. Green flag back in the air. Lucas Hoitzman and Blake Giglio are going to lead us down to turn number 1 here at Gateway. Edwards losing a spot to Ethan Evers. Jackson Carr now getting to his outside. Dario, though, gets up and into him just a bit. That might be enough to keep Edwards in position there. Carr, a lot of speed in that 54. Looks to the inside of Edwards again. They're single file all the way back to like Justin Horton zone. Jake Lawrence back there in 13th, side by side with Scott Elston. Lawrence 12th, Elston 13th. 3 wide, Clapper Newell in the middle of Cliff Mullins and the 2 of Cleaver. That got dicey. Montrose works the high side of Scott Elston, takes over 13th. Cleaver 2 laps down, the only car 2 laps down. He's hoping for about 3 more cautions, as Montrose almost gives him one. The 1 car got in there very sideways. And very, very sideways coming off of turn 4, hangs on to it. Mullins passes Clapper Newell for 15th. Giglio trying to hang on to Hoitzma. Peters has gotten by Bikey, taking over 3rd. Let's ride with Giglio if we can see where Hoisman's beating him. I think he's just able to be smoother off the corner. Fairly even lap times that time. 34.21 to a 34.24. Hoisman just slightly quicker in the hundredths category. Mikey is able to get back by Peters. Peters rubbing the fence there a little bit. Giglio definitely putting the pressure on the corner entry. Hoisman is able to just get the power down a little bit smoother. Blake was able to maintain pretty good that time. Luke is so good off of 4. Seems to be where he's making up his time. Man, Giglio really good in 1 and 2 that time. Blake can figure out this 3 and 4. We might be able to put some more pressure on here. Oh no, the caution's out. Daniel Llewellyn in the 23 having an issue. JR Deal's down in the grass, but I don't think that was part of it. No, it was part of it. Llewellyn spins out to avoid him. Let's see what happened to the Starburst Ford. Looks like he didn't quite hang on to it coming back on the track. Gets down in the grass. Very little traction down here. Hops across the asphalt. As soon as he gets 2 wheels back up on the surface, that car hooks to the right. Fortunately, no one plowed into him. Just Llewellyn spun out to avoid him, and that brought out the yellow flag. So our 3rd yellow of the race. Now things will get interesting as we've already taken that first set of tires. Field Lilith Peters, Ethan Evers, Mike Edwards coming down pit road. So one of our championship 4 trying to get off strategy and pull something out of a hat. Mike Edwards in that 14 car. Brings his Fort Worth Cave RP car down pit lane. Dario misses his box. He'll have to back up there a bit. Fortunately, there's no pit crew ahead of him to hit. So 4 tires going on Mike Edwards here. He is down and away. So look for Edwards to be on the move. Lilith Peters. Probably be a hard charger as well. Tires went on that machine. Elston took fuel only. Or maybe just a fast repair. It was 5-second stop for Elston. Ethan Evers took a set of tires in 9th. Edwards in 10th. Dario in 11th. Horton 12th. Jeremy Scherer 13th. JR Deal 14th. All with extended stops. There's Lawrence coming off pit road. 24-second stop for him. Yamantro still on pit road fixing up some damage. Llewellyn was involved in that incident, so I believe Cody Cleaver is your lucky dog in the 2 car. Has to be frustrating for Daniel. Cleaver in the deuce. Picks up the lucky dog here just before halfway. Halfway points do still go out in this race, but to anyone not in the top 4 for the championship. That'll be at the end of lap 60. No bonus points whatsoever and no stage points for any of the drivers in that championship 4, so that at the end of the race, it is all coming down to your finishing position. See if we can get a chat with some of our non-playoff drivers. Don't see Jackson hanging out anywhere. Who do we got? We got Cliff. I'm gonna talk to Cliff. Cliff, DG, you got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, what's up?
We are probably not in a very good spot right now.
The last car to stay out, usually not the best spot.
No, not at all. Yeah, I'm not good at keeping right front on it, but I am working on trying to figure some things out here and get a little off sequence here. Maybe it'll help me out. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Well, I think that was the whole thought for process behind the 14 pitting, was trying to get off of the same cycle as the other 3 championship drivers. So maybe you're trying to get off cycle of all the non-championship drivers.
I'm just trying to get out of the way, kind of really what I'm trying to do.
Well, good luck here in his restart then.
Yep, thank you.
Cliff Mullins in at 37. Let us have a chat with him. He's going to restart there on the inside line in 5th position. Pace car is going to jump left, get out of our way. We are going to resume racing. The end of lap 47, start of 48. Hoyts was chosen top, green flag in the air. 2 teammates get single file up front, Hoytsma and Giglio. Then you have Bikey and Carr. Bikey's going to charge it in there to try and dispatch of the 54 when it's outside. Bikey clears. Takes over that 3rd spot. Carr able to hold off Mullins. Mullins not in the way as he thought he would be. Peters now looking to the inside of Carr. Peters came down for his 4 fresh tires. We'll see what kind of use she can get out of him. There is the 26 of Ethan Evers diving in front of Mullins. Ethan took a fresh set as well. I expect Peters and Evers and Therio all to move to the front here, as the front chargers all saved a set of tires. Those cars that took the tires need now is for this to go green a long way, all the way through the fuel run. That would be how those 4 tires become hugely advantageous. Peters looking to the outside of Bikey, trying to take over the 3rd spot. Therio and Evers up to 5th and 6th. Peters even making a pass was faster than Lucas Hoytsma that lap. Here come the tires. Therio gets to the inside of Bikey. Ethan Evers would be the next one. Cliff Mullins falling back to 9th so far. Let's go on board with the 01 Luna Steak Sauce Camaro. Watch her track down the 2 out front, even with bouncing off the wall. Here's the double downshift into turn 1. Gained almost a 10th on that end of the racetrack. It's like a single downshift in 3 and 4. Peters now closing in the back of Giglio. course, Peters and Therio are racing for those stage points as the 30 Therio smacks the wall hard coming out of 4. Looks like Mike Edwards looking inside Brandon Bikey for 6th. Move Edwards up to 3rd in the championship for now. Evers 5th, Therio 4th, Peters in 3rd. Both of those Bean Machine cars have caught Blake Giglio. See if Peters looking to the outside of Blake here. Not quite able to hang that nose on the outside rear fender. Giglio brushes the wall. Maybe he was looking at the Yankees game again. That's on Giglio. A little bit higher entry. Pushes Peters up even higher. And Peters going to try to get back to the inside on exit. Nothing doing there. Now Therio is going to get a run on his teammate. Peters just all kind of out of whack trying to get around Giglio. Allows Therio to the inside. Therio gets through. Peters back down to the bottom to try and hold off Ethan Evers. Now we'll see if Therio can track down Giglio and put a move on. Therio into the fence. Both these Bean Team cars keep bouncing off the fence. I think they would be leading if they could keep it off the wall. We'll watch all this from the hood cam from Ethan Evers. Watch the top 4. Here Evers downshift there. Top 5 nose to tail now. Evers dives to the inside of Peters again. Just not able to get that throttle down and get alongside on the corner exit. Evers needs to maybe back up the corner a little bit. And enter a little bit higher, try to get a straighter drive off. Probably be the ticket. Oh, Peters, a big bobble up the track. That allows Ethan Evers to get through cleanly, and now Therio's working on Giglio. Trying to take over that second spot. We drag racing down the front stretch. Giglio drives it in deep, trying to get in front of the 30, but he's going to cost him the spot to the 26. Ethan Evers taking advantage. Therio clears to second. He'll set sail after Lucas Hoitzma. Giglio going to drive it in deep once again. He actually works that time, able to hold off Ethan Evers. Evers gives him a shot in the corner. Giglio slides that 16 out a bit. Peters now trying to follow through. Therio putting that heat on Lucas Hoitzma out front. Hoitzma still leading the championship. He is the lead of the championship for drivers, so even if Therio and Evers get by, he would still be out front of that. Cars he's got to worry about is Giglio and Edwards. Edwards in the 14 with a long slide through 4 saves the race car, but lost a ton of time there in the 14. Giglio ahead of Bikey. Bikey, the other of the 4 championship 4 drivers. Theriot trying to do something no one's done other than Lucas Huisman, which is lead a lap. Of course, the cars that stayed out on a pit cycle got a lap led, but under green, it has been this 97. A 17 lap older tires than the 30 car that's chasing him. Ethan Evers closing in third. It's also on those fresher tires along with the 01 of Peters. Peters gets to the inside of the Casey's Camaro. Evers going to try to get to Theriot's outside. Now they're battling for second. That'll make Huisman happy. Evers trying to go the long way around Theriot. Really all that's going to do is help Lucas Huisman. He tries to rebuild some of his lead there. Won't be too much longer. Cars are going to have to come to pit road as Blake Giglio does so. Lap 64 of 120. Giglio thinks it's going to go green, so he's come to pit road. Huisman's got to be getting close to the end of his window. Bikey and Jackson Carr would be in similar situations of needing to pit. And there goes Theriot to the inside of Lucas Huisman coming down the front stretch. Theriot in the 30 goes to the lead. Lilith Peters takes over second. Ethan Evers trying to drive to third. And behind him is Mike Edwards as the 97 gets to the bottom, indicating he is coming to pit road. Gives up that championship lead as Mike Edwards takes that over in the 14. Huisman gets to those yellow cones, slows it down to pit limit speed. Now we watch the Bean team battle for the lead. Theriot and Peters first and second. Somehow Bikey and Carr still have not come down. 6th and 7th right now, like 37 and 38 laps on their tires respectively there. This 30 of Theriot gets it to the outside wall. Peters takes the lead. Here comes Edwards to the inside of Evers. Blake Giglio on and off pit road. There he is behind this battle. He is 15th with fresh tires. He'll be trying to work his way back onto the lead lap as quickly as possible. Gets to the back of Mike Edwards. He's going to cut to the inside, trying to get by Edwards. Behind him, Lucas Huisman is going around Bikey. JR Deals hit pit road. Theriot up the track into 30. Giglio gets by, and now Edwards trying to get by. And just like that, Blake Giglio has unlapped himself. Blake on the tail end of the lead lap in that 16 should drive away from the leader here. 20 lap fresher tires. What's important is that he's beating Lucas Huisman, who's on his same strategy. As Bikey finally does have to come to pit road, brings Jackson Carr with him. Let those machines work their way to their pit boxes. Should be one more stop for everybody from here. Of course, 2 more stops for the cars still on track here. I don't think anyone can make it to 90-ish. Other than the cars that have been to pit road for the second green flag stop. Well, that yellow flag came out at just the perfect time and saved everybody from having to think too hard. Cliff Mullins, 35 laps since he's been to pit road. He'll have to start thinking about it in the next 3 to 5 laps. Meanwhile, Edwards is taking over the race lead, gotten by Lilith Peters. So not only the championship leader, now the race leader, Mike Edwards, in the 14. These cars can go about another 10 laps before they have to come to pit road. Giglio and Hoytsma have already unlapped themselves. So what this group is hoping is it goes green all the way to the end of their cycle. Cliff Mullins, as we mentioned, has to come to pit road. He's running low in the tank. Looks like Therio and Peters battle for third. Well, not Therio and Peters. Therio and Evers. That leaves 10 cars to pit on this cycle. Of the cars that have been to pit road, there is Giglio, there is Hoytsma. So Giglio ahead of Lucas. Bikey on and off pit road. He's come out in 13th. Now he's trying to unlap himself as he goes by Therio, closing up on Peters. Now he has just the leader left, Mike Edwards, to get back on the lead lap. Look at that speed difference. It's going to cut to the left, get to the inside of race leader Mike Edwards. Bikey back on the lead lap. Now 13 cars in that position. 3 of them have been to pit road. Therio a bit out of shape coming off the corner, but keeps it going. Gets around Peters. Ethan Evers does as well, so Peters falls to 4th as Evers to 3rd. Therio 2nd. Now Edwards and Jackson Carr. Carr's been to pit road. Now he's back on the lead lap. Jake Lawrence, Jeremy Scherer, they changed the 6th position. Giglio and Hoytsma get by Clapper Newell. Giglio back up to 10th now. Peters on the inside of Evers. Hang on to it. Ethan Evers coming off kind of squirrely off before. Peters gets the position. Horton took an awkward angle in there. Fortunately, Ethan Evers up the hill, so it didn't become an issue. Giglio gets by Elston. Elston's coming to pit road in the 85. All the cars to 8th have been out there since 31 laps ago on this set of tires that they're on. Probably about 4 to 6 laps away from seeing these cars on pit road. This is about where they'd like to see that yellow, because then those cars that have already been to pit road got about 10 laps on their stuff. They'll probably want to come down and was getting a new set of tires as well. So we've seen 10 laps very much matter. Still nobody can make it from here. Probably about another 12 laps away from that opportunity. So these cars here could short pit. Take maybe 2 tires and throw the dice. Edwards out in front of his teammate now. Ethan Evers second by 2 seconds. And there's Justin Horton up to third. Lilith Peters fourth. Dario's coming to pit road in the 30. As we're down to 7 cars left to pit on this cycle. Weitzman and Giglio side by side. This could be playoff implications. So these two have already pit on this cycle. Giglio was able to get ahead of Hoytsma by pitting 2 laps sooner. Hoytsma's right there trying to fight his way by Giglio. Currently they are 7th and 8th. But they've already been down for this pit stop. Hoytsma looks to the inside of Giglio. Nothing doing there. Here comes quite a few cars to pit road. There's Scherer. Looks like Jake Lawrence, so 5th and 6th coming to pit road. That'll leave 4 cars still trying to get that lucky caution. And here comes Edwards, race leader, down onto the apron, and Ethan Evers, the team car, following him in. Both of them get out on the grass. That's going to be terrible. Edwards getting out in the grass. Ethan Evers gets by him. Peters takes over the lead as Peters stays out. Justin Horton has come to pit road along with Ethan Evers and Mike Edwards. So the only one left, Lilith Peters in the 01. Still out there making it around. Peters could save a little bit of fuel. Could be possible to go the rest of the way. I don't think quite enough though. Probably have to make it another 2 laps. Peters has come down pit road. That'll hand the lead back over to Blake Giglio. Once they cycle by Peters. So a lot of different tire strategies now. Should be a bunch of different comers and goers. Clapper Newell does still have to pit in 6th there. It's been 35 laps since he's been to pit road. Probably have to come this time by. So we go back to this battle for the lead now. Lead of the race and the championship. Currently Blake Giglio leads Lucas Weitzman. The 2 winningest SRL drivers of all time. Lucas hit 100 SRL wins this season. Impressive feat. He's been here since our very first season. Ian Montrose in the 1. On fresh tires coming through. Giglio's got 19 laps on his tires. Hoytsma has 17 on his. See if Montrose maybe opens the door for Hoytsma. Giglio protected the bottom there. We'll see if Montrose can get the run here without Giglio getting held up. Blake wisely backed up the corner a little bit. Mike Edwards gets by Cliff Mullins. The gap from the 4 cars that came within the last 15 to 20 laps, and then the cars that were like 5 and less, it's 13 seconds. Therio leading that group that pitted more recently. It's 13 seconds behind Jackson Carr. There is Carr. Bikey third. It's 5 seconds behind Hoytsma. He's right behind Giglio. And we're pretty sure everybody has to stop one more time. So Hoytsma looks to the inside of Giglio. Down the backstretch and into 3. Hoytsma going to get the done. Up into the lead of the race, lead of the championship. Giglio slides it off of turn 4. We are about 4 laps away. Well, really now. Anyone that pits now can probably make it. Clapper Newell came 1 lap ago. I think he can make it. Go about 36 laps. We're in that window now. Clapper Newell might pull a strategy off and get a decent finish. I don't think he'll win because he's currently a lap down. He could put off a good strategy and a good finish here. Edwards gets by the 01 of Peters. Up to the 8th spot. That rough pit entry has about 4 seconds to make up on Justin Horton. Ethan Evers currently 6th. But all Edwards cares about is the top 3, Mikey, Giglio, and Hoytsma. Needs some kind of strategy to work out for him. So Hoytsma back in the lead, 4/10 over teammate Giglio. Bikey, 3.5 seconds back of Giglio in the 3rd spot. 1, 2, and 3 in the championship fight. Jackson Carr right there in 4th on a similar strategy. Then the group of cars that came down on that last caution. Dario is 5th, Evers 6th, Horton 7th, Edwards 8th, Peters 9th. We are in the window. Who's going to pit and win? I think Blake will try to short pit him again, which means Lucas could try to cover it and come earlier than he needs to. We've got about 31 laps to go. They've been out there for 25, so they're right in that sweet spot for that timing transition anyway. Scherer gets by Hoytsma. Scherer now 1 lap down. 12 cars on the lead lap. So leaders come up on the 9 of JR Deal. Last car on that lead lap, that's Starburst Ford. There goes Hoytsma to the inside. Put the Outlaw down a lap. 11 cars left on the lead lap. I think Montrose is caught and passed Mullins up into the top 10. There's Edwards. There's Horton. Evers. Therio. Jackson Carr. And then our top 3, Vikey. Is that Giglio on the grass? I think he was trying to come to pit road. He's dirt tracking it. Hopefully he kept his speed up and that won't hurt him much. I'm sure Lucas will come the very next lap. Try and cover the short pit. Especially with Giglio getting in the grass. Hoytsma's not going to be too concerned. Watch Hoytsma, see if he comes. Sure he will. He's chosen not to. Interesting. So Giglio getting that set of tires. He'll be down and away and he'll have at least 2 laps to use them. So Hoytsma chooses not to come down pit road that next time by. Sure, a lot of those cars, like Dario, Evers, Horton, Edwards, Peters, and Montrose, they'll probably try to run the tank dry, so they'll be out there a while. Guys like Hoytsma, Bikey, and Carr, you'd think would try to split the stage up to get equal run on their tires. Hoytsma's got 28 laps on this set, 27 to go. Right around now is when you would think they would come into pit road. All 18 cars still running. Shout out to everybody. keeping with it tonight. Appreciate you guys. It's doing a great job out there. Here's the gap to Bikey, 1 second. Bikey working through lap traffic. Scott Elston there and JR Deal. .26 to go from Gateway. I believe everyone in the top 12 still has to come to pit road. Here comes Mike Edwards, 14 car. Not going to run the tank dry. He has come now. That'll put Edwards effectively on Giglio's strategy. Giglio going to get by him there. So Mike Edwards probably not going to be a factor. It's Giglio all the way up to the wall in the 16. Bounces it off the fence. Trying to unlap himself from teammate Lucas Hoitzma here. Blake to the inside in the 16. Gets back on a lead lap. 10th place. Already completed his final stop. Top 9 cars still have to pit. Hoitzma sooner than the others. Looks like Bikey's decided it's time. The 27 on pit road. JR Deal Jackson car also down. Does Hoitzma try to run it dry and then take 2 tires? That would be a hell of a gamble, but we've seen him try it before. I think he's coming down now. Hoitzma in the 97 drops to the access road. Bringing Scott Elston with him. Race leader, championship leader, Lucas Hoitzma to pit road. 27, 14 have already been down, as have the 16, so Hoitzma was the last one. Dario stays out, takes the lead. Evers, Horton to second and third. There's the 97 hitting his box clean. New race leader, the 30th Dario. We'll see how far back Lucas drops. Giglio gets by before he even comes off pit road. Giglio's going to have a sizable advantage. There's Giglio heading towards turn 3. Hoitzma's still coming off pit lane. Bikey gets by Hoitzma. Bikey moves up to second in this championship fight. Hoitzma finds himself in third now, behind Bikey and Giglio. And Edwards, rough night for him. I think his only chance was to run that tank dry and pray for a yellow, but doesn't look like the yellow's coming anyway, so I think 14 was kind of, it's just not going to have it work out for him. Just checking on the car, I think can make it. Clapper Newell, 15 laps into his run, 20 to go. He can go about 36, so currently he's in 12th. A number of other cars still have to pit, including Cliff Mullins, Ian Montrose. Dario comes out of 4 and across the stripe, and we are 20 to go till we crown another champion here in the Sidewinder Racing Leagues. This is the Fort Worth Screen Printing Cup Series. Dario and Evers 1 and 2. Justin Horton in third, then Peters 8 seconds back and forth. Montrose 5th, and then Giglio, who's been to pit road. Mullins heading down now. There is the 16 of Giglio currently leading that championship. Then there is Bikey trying to hold off the 97 of Hoitzma. Currently, Bikey is Giglio's best friend. See if he can hold up Hoitzma. Dario, the 30 car leader on pit lane, hands the lead over to the 26 of Evers. And Evers gets the KRP Toyota out front. Justin Horton P2, Lilith Peters in 3rd, and Giglio in 5th. Hoytsma has gotten by Bikey. That gap between the two teammates, 4.9 seconds from Giglio to Hoytsma. Lucas has 7 lap fresher tires to try and run down his teammate with 18 to go to fight for this championship. The 4 cars in front of him can fight for the lead, but the playoffs and championship title fight is between 5th and 6th right now, and 7th. Bikey can find an extra gear and try to keep up there. Edwards is some 14 seconds back, currently 9th from that Brandon Bikey machine. There is race leader Ethan Evers. He still has to come to pit road, we believe, unless he can suddenly go 40 laps on a tank. No one's gone that far tonight. He's out there trying to run it dry, see what happens. Maybe a caution comes out, you never know. Teammate Mike Edwards goes to the inside, gets back on the lead lap. Next one to try and get back on the lead laps, that 30 car Therio behind him. Gap Hoytsma to Giglio is 3.8. It is shrinking. There's the gap to Hoytsma. Giglio is at the start-finish line when Lucas comes out of the corner. Giglio's got 3 cars ahead of him. Peters is 4th position, as is Montrose, so it could be some tough sledding here. Giglio going to try to make quick work of him. Gets by Peters. Now is hung up behind Montrose. Oh, Montrose makes a little bit of contact with Giglio, but able to keep it going the right direction as leader Ethan Evers hits pit road. Montrose all the way to the wall. As Giglio gets by the 21 of Clapper Newell clean. It's Peters, the 1 and the 01, battle for 3rd. Giglio's up to 2nd now. 9.5 seconds to make up on Justin Horton. It's like Montrose is coming to pit road after that wall contact. He's decided it's time to bring his machine down. Pretty sure Peters and Horton can't make it. Peters has already lost the lead anyway. To Giglio, or lost out to Giglio, who's already pitted. Horton's 9 seconds up the road. I don't think Horton can make it. Hoytsma to Giglio is the distance we've keeping that eye on. Right now it is 2.2 seconds. It's Hoytsma, man on a mission all the way down, clipping the edge of the grass to get by Clapper Newell. Wasting no time getting through there. Only lost 1/10 of a second with that line, so nice job there. As Montrose comes off pit road. $12 to go in this championship race. Hoytsma needs to make up 2 seconds in 12 laps. There is the distance up to his teammate Blake Giglio, blue and pink machine. Gap down to 1.7. He is making inroads. Horton continues to lead. Horton would have to go 40 laps. No one's been able to do that tonight. Gap now 1.3, made up 4/10 that lap. Looks like Horton has come into pit road with 10 to go. And this will become the fight for the lead. Under 10 laps to go to crown a champion, and the fight is getting closer and closer. That Casey's Camaro just keeps getting bigger and bigger in Giglio's rear view. All set for the two teammates to battle it out for a championship. Final 8 laps to go here at Gateway. Oh, Hoytsma gets a bobble there, coming out of 2. I'll let the 16 hang on to this lead a little bit longer, as they both catch another teammate, Daniel Llewellyn. Look how hard Hoytsma can drive it in on the entry there. Giglio keeps it parked on the bottom, tries to get a clean exit. Hoytsma has 6 lap fresher tires, gets to his inside as they head down to turn 1. It might be all Hoytsma needs. Giglio way up the track trying to drive it in there and hold off, but not able to do so as Lucas Hoytsma jumps out into the lead as the 39 turns the 23 in front of the field and the caution comes out. That looked very intentional. Go back and look at that one again. Oh, maybe the 39 just broke after hitting that wall. Because it rides all the way down to that inside. I don't know, that was strange. What do you think, chat? And now we get a shootout between Hoytsma and Giglio on a green-white checker. Overcorrect, smacks to the outside wall, then looks like didn't turn at all until Daniel gets clipped. Spins on the outside of the track. Fortunately misses our lead duo. And now anything can happen. See who has a set of tires still, who doesn't. Hoytsma's going to stay out. Giglio looks like he is coming down. He's going to have to check up to stay behind Hoytsma. That's what you see that braking on access road for. Blake's going to bolt on a set of tires, as is the 27 of Bikey. Interesting. Mike Edwards stays out. So he'll take over second in this championship fight. Split championship decisions. Hoytsma stays out in the 97. How many green-white checkers we get could really alter things here as well. My oh my, this got interesting. 39 took 2, got a meatball. Said if anyone needed a confirmation not to take 2 as their hint. Oh my. Thought I had driver chat on, but I can't hear anything. There we go. Yeah, taking 2 never the way to go. Especially in these cars, they're wicked. So 3 cars stay out. Hoytsma, Therio, and Edwards. Everybody else came down and bolted on tires. Giglio restart 4th. Bikey in 5th. Jackson Carr 6th. Ethan Evers 7th. Lilith Peters in 8th. So the championship 4, once again, all 4 of them in the top 5. The lone exception being Therio in 2nd.
I got packed under yellow.
That's because you passed people on the access road, Daniel. Simple.
Same, just
my 29-second meatball was not just enough to fix the car. This thing's ruined.
Could told you that. You smacked it pretty hard.
Alright, everybody, good luck. This is gonna be interesting.
Blake Giglio is going to be on a mission from 4th. I'm sure Lucas will probably want to take the inside here to make Giglio have to go through the 30 car on the outside. That'll be my choice. Put one of those cars that could hold him up a tiny bit more up on the outside, since they have to wait for the leader to go. Alright, chat. Who are you taking? Hoytsma first, old tires. Edwards third, even older tires. Giglio fourth, fresh tires. Bikey fifth, fresh tires.
Yo, you're behind me. Cliff.
Cliff, you're behind him, dang it. Always bet on freshies. So you can go with Giglio or Bikey. I'm sure Giglio is your teammate, but you know. If the 97 gets wrecked, call me Cliff 2.0. I made sure to interview all 4 of them under the same caution, so nothing could be my fault. And Lucas has chosen the bottom, putting Giglio behind the 30 on the restart. That's what I would have done as well. Bikey lines up behind Edwards. Can Bikey get a good launch here and make some noise? Have to get inside Edwards going into 1 basically. We'll see what happens. Green flag's in the air. Hoytsma takes off quickly. Wanted no part of getting caught by these guys on fresh tires. Gets to a great jump over Peter Therio. Giglio is up to 3rd. Bikey up to 4th. Edwards slides to 5th. Bikey needs to make quick work of that 30. He or Giglio are going to have anything to do with Hoytsma here. Blake gets to the inside of Therio. Going into 3. So far, no contact in the back of the field. Giglio gets up the hill. Here comes Bikey. Driving the 27 in there. That is definitely not what Giglio wanted. They're going to come off side by side. Make contact door to door. Hoytsma's loving this. Therio's looking to go 3 wide. All this happening behind Lucas Hoytsma, and he is saying thank you. Contact is made. Therio sends it 3 wide. Giglio, Bikey go around. Edwards gets through there. Here, Giglio very not pleased with that. Giglio none too pleased as Hoytsma brings it around 3 and 4. He is going to pick up the Cup Series championship in the Fort Worth Screen Printing Cup Series. Lucas Hoytsma wins at Gateway. Peters 2nd. Therio finishes 3rd. It's like Bikey 4th, Evers 5th, Edwards 6th,
Good one, Lucas.
Moncho 7th, Jackson Carr 8th. Blake Giglio will be credited with 9th, JR Deal 10th, Jake Lawrence 11th, and so on down the line.
Good season, guys. This is a blast.
Your champion, 97, Lucas Hoytsma. Mr. Burnout's putting on a show. Let's see if he can burn out and talk. Lucas DG, got a copy?
Yo! Oh, no.
Daniel had to ruin everything, didn't he? Were you going to go for the whole lap?
Yeah, I was going to try to whip it back down pit road, and no, I suck.
You suck. That's why you're the champion. Yep. Well, sir, we were able to get the championship tonight in the Cup Series. How good does it feel to bring that Casey's Camaro home, not only the champion, but also winning the race, doing it in style?
Definitely feels good.
Did you think
The way that
you
race
were gonna
ended
make
there, I was really scared with all the guys on new tires, and I knew there's going to be some desperate moves, and I'm glad I chose to stay out right there. It was a tough choice because Blake, it looked like, I don't know, he might have had a chance to get to me if things fell in the right direction, but at the same time, like, I think something like that happening was inevitable. So it was like a 50-50 shot, and glad I went with the one I did. But this is a fun track, and it was good to have a good race here.
10-4. I'm sure you weren't too upset when you saw Gateway as the championship race. Probably thought of it as a good opportunity for you, and it came to fruition.
Yeah, definitely. I know a lot of guys were kind of dreading this race, but this is definitely one of my better tracks. So I was feeling good about it, and I love how this track is laid out. The long straightaways, you can get a good run off the corner, and leaves a lot of room for our passing opportunities if you really know what you're doing. Me and Blake had a heck of a battle there under green, I think with like 30 or 40 to go. So yeah, definitely a really cool night.
And 10-4. Well, you got those friends, family, sponsor shout-outs for us, sir?
Yes, sir. Just want to shout out Labor 12, CTC Low Drag Esports, M9 Performance, Casey's General Store, you for doing the broadcasting all season, Ethan for doing the adminning and dealing with everybody's crap, and I think that's and just all the Championship 4 drivers. We all raced each other clean the whole race, and really appreciate all those guys. And I think that's it.
10-4. Well, congrats on yet another championship. What is this for you? Like 82, 83?
It's good to get one this week. I was getting worried.
All right, bud. Congrats, and we'll see you back here next season. We appreciate you.
Thanks, man. See ya.
All right, let's go find our other finishers. Congrats to Lucas Hoitzman and his teammates that had to put a great season together. Let's go ahead and get these off the board so we can show the rest of the cars during their interviews. And there we go. Let's go find the 01 of Lilith Peters as in a staircase. Don't ask me how. I don't know. Let's find something a little better. We can do this. There we go. Lilith DG, you got a copy? Hello. There we go. Well, we got your 01 car there. Bringing it home P2 tonight. A good 2-3 finish for the Bean team. Not quite able to hang on to that top spot with that fast Mr. Lucas up there, but it looked like you guys had a lot of fun tonight, a lot of speed. You and Peter put on a hell of a show. You kept trading that first, second, third, fourth. You were right in that group back and forth for a lot of the night. And it looked like really good racing between you and your teammate there. And how did your night go?
It was all over the place. Fuel strategy, good racing, tire strategies, some memes.
Oh,
I
yes.
had a lot of fun.
Definitely some memes. All right. Well, congrats on that P2 finish. You got those friends, family, and sponsor shoutouts for us tonight.
Yeah, thanks FoxfireFoods.com. You can buy Luna steak sauce there. I'd like to thank my teammates for a great season. Team the Bean Team. I'd like to thank Clapper for being a jerk. Give me some entertainment in the car here. Thanks for broadcasting it. Can't wait for next season.
10-4. All right. Well, congrats on a good season, and we'll see you guys back next season.
Later.
Now I'll go grab the 30th Therio. Peter DG, you got a copy?
I gotcha.
Well, it looked like you might have stole second there briefly, but then Lilith was able to get back by you after getting through that crash. Just a good night for you guys. You guys were up front most of the night, having a good battle between you and your teammates there, and the cave cars for a while there. It looked like it was really fun out there, and you brought it home in P3. Tell me about your night.
Yeah, had a lot of fun. Gateway's not a track I'm a big fan of. Yeah, I'm surprised I was able to come out P3 with the tires I had on it. I know I made a little bit of an aggressive move going into one there on the last lap, but I held my line. And to me, it looked like Blake came down in the bikey, and a bunch of people were pissed off at me for that. But that I decided to race, people were pissed off, said I shouldn't have been. I should have let them race, and not interfered with it. But yeah, I mean, I held my line, and they can be upset if they want to. But at the end of the day, I was racing. I'm out here to race, so you know, I'm in a points battle. I was in a points battle coming in here with Lilith. Not to win the championship, but to try and get 5th in the points, so that we could. And it was pretty close. And that team rivalry also always kind of spikes up. So, yeah, I mean, definitely pretty happy with coming out 3rd here tonight, and I think a pretty good way to end the season.
So let me ask you this: if you're 3 wide on the final corner of the final race of the season, you're going for a spot in the championship, and somebody not in that final 4 causes you guys to not make it out of that corner. How do you feel about that?
Well, I think firstly, I feel like I wasn't the reason they didn't make it out of the corner. I held the bottom, and during the race, nobody was really running the bottom in 1 and 2. It was the middle to the top, and when they hit off of, okay, thanks Daniel Llewellyn. They hit off of turn 3 and 4. So I looked to the inside, and I didn't even drive it in as deep. I drove it in just to where I got to. I just drove it in and stayed pretty much to Bikey's rear wheel, at least from, I believe, what happened there. And then I held it down, and they made contact on my outside. I mean, I think they would have made contact even if I backed out before we got to the corner. So
I think they're upset about is you sticking your nose in there, like from so far back and trying to get it.
yeah, but I made myself. One sec, I gotta mute Daniel Llewellyn here. I made myself pretty clear that I was down there by the exit of the corner, by the exit of turn 4. I didn't make an abrupt move. I got there when they made contact off of 4, and I was there for over half the straightaway. I mean, like I said, they can be upset at it, but I'm here to race, and I'm sorry it ended with a wreck, but there's not much more I can do about it. I'm out here to race.
10-4. You got those friends, family, and sponsor shoutouts for us tonight?
Yeah, so obviously I got to thank Team the Bean Team for because we've had a great team out here this season with Lilith and Justin, and had a really good run through the playoffs as well. I got to thank you for broadcasting, obviously, and I got to say congratulations to Lucas on the championship, because he obviously he was the car to beat tonight, and Blake was giving him a good run for the money. It looked really good up there. That last caution kind of threw a wrench in everybody's kind of in what would have been a really, really interesting race to the end. But once again, congrats to Lucas, and I'm gonna be excited for next season.
10-4. We'll see you back here next season. Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll bring in Brandon Bikey, the 4th place finisher. Brandon, DG, got a copy?
Yep, I got a copy.
Well, sir, hard fought season all season on that Chevy Viper for Team Watson Racing Setups. It's been a pleasure to watch you. And well, how much fun did you have this season?
I had a really good time. It's always fun racing here, and it was a good time.
10-4. Short and succinct. I like it. Any other final thoughts on this race tonight? I know you weren't too pleased with that final lap.
No, I wasn't too pleased at all for multiple reasons. I haven't listened to the broadcast or what anybody had said about it, but just don't think it's very respectful to race championship drivers like the way Peter did, and then Blake just wiped us out. So not happy at all with either of those drivers, and just unfortunate that that's how the season ended after months of putting time into this. So sucks, but it was fun racing Mike Edwards there at the end for 2nd overall, and it was is what it is, I guess, right?
Yes, sir. It is that. Well, got those friends, family, and sponsor shoutouts for us tonight. I know you got to plug that Team Watson Racing Setups.
Yep, Team Watson Racing Setups. Amazing group, Open Setup Racing. If anyone's ever interested, please, let me know on the Discord. Be happy to hook them up. And want to thank my dad for watching all these broadcasts. Thank my wife for supporting me, Lindsay, and everybody else out there that was rooting for me. There was a couple guys that were whispering before the race, so I appreciate all the support and wish I could have gotten it done. I think I had a good chance of getting it done there, but just wasn't in the cards, and that's the way it goes. It's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say.
That's racing's usually what they say.
Yeah, I don't know. That was piss poor racing at the end, but
10-4. Well, that seems to be the way it is in NASCAR these days too. You saw Chase Elliott do the same stupid shit, so.
yeah, and I'm glad he got sent home for a week. He deserved it.
Yep. All right, bud. Well, congrats on a strong season, strong effort, finishing second overall in the standings, and congrats to you on that. And see if we can't do one better next season, huh?
Yep. I think this is actually my last season though. I've already committed to another series on Wednesday night, so probably my last season with at least the next gens here. So maybe I'll race something else. I'm not sure yet.
10-4. All right, sir. Well, have a good off season and Merry Christmas.
All right, DG. Thanks so much for everything you do, man. I really appreciate it.
Brandon Bikey brings it home. P2 in the championship, P4 in the race. See if we have anyone else hanging out. See if Mike Edwards still down there. Nope, no Mike Edwards. Do we have a Giglio? I'm sure he's already gone. Yep. So that is going to do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And your champion, Lucas Hoitzman, in the 97. Congrats to him once again. And then we'll take a look at our final standings here while his card shows off in the background. We have, of course, Hoitzman getting the win. Lilith Peters, Peter Therio, the podiums. Bikey and Evers in the top 5. Mike Edwards, Ian Montrose, Jackson Carr, Blake Giglio, and J.R. Deal pick up top 10s. Jake Lawrence, Scott Elston, Jeremy Clapper Newell, Cliff Mullins, Jeremy Sher, Cody Cleaver, Daniel Llewellyn, Justin Horton getting the top 18. Dave Hoitzman registered but never actually officially started the race, so he will not get credit for that 19th starting spot. I have to say thank you to our friends at Fort Worth Screen Printing, helped us put on the series this season. Thank you so much to them. And if you want to check out some of John Garrett's design and ARCA designs and some of the other actual Cup Series and Xfinity Series teams, shout on over to fwspdesign.com. Check out some already made up stuff that you can buy. And then if you want to check out custom ideas for getting your own stuff screen printed and made up for you, you can go to fwscreen.com. Appreciate them and all they do. John Garrett and that crew helps us put on the leagues for Xfinity and Cup. I have to say thank you to Ethan Evers for his first season as admin for the Cup Series. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race. We appreciate you being here, and we will see you guys next season. Thank you so much.